We are back with the Punisher. Big Pun issues 3 and 4. Have y'all seen the Punisher special yet? That was fucking sick, brutal. Fucking Frank Castle, man. And I still don't feel like it's enough. We need like an animated series or an anime or something. But we continue with the drama for this 2026 solo series. First panel starting off at the Mercy General Hospital. Frank is wheeling in Microchip. They stop at this kid on a table who's complaining about his tummy, feeling like there's a bunch of knives inside of him. And a bunch of other people are coming in because they got shot up by a random gunman who's still out there somewhere. And he's actually pulling up to finish the job. Frank hears the gunshots, so the old dog wants to get put down. Frank pulls out the old Dirty Harry 6-shooter revolver, kicks open the door. There's that sorry son bitch. Lil bro's getting Delulu, confusing Frank with the Grim Reaper. He's all like, is he the one that's gonna take me across a river to the dead place? Frank handles this piece of shit scumbag with a death wish real quick. You ain't gonna meet the man in black, kid, but this scumbag will. But as Micro turns to the kid, he's already gone. Aw shit. Rest in peace, kid. Frank's stumbling out, still struggling with the headache. He takes the lithium pills that the doctor gave him, but now he's all out. Who knows how long it'll last. Now we go to the Bar Noir. Butler directs everyone with a menu, letting everyone know that there's been some big changes. While one of the crime bosses are all like, yeah, I got a question, where the fuck is Tombstone and what the fuck is this? Because the menu says your face. Oh, this is confirmation letting you know that Tombstone's never coming, because he's in prison and you all worked for and with him. So I'm gonna need all your fucking faces, bitch. Breaks out the Uzi and starts spraying up the table, lighting everyone up. They're fucking dead. Big Jig is on the come up right now and he's getting real fucking nasty with it. Meanwhile, Frank's walking down the street and the pills seem to work for now, so he works too. Pulls up on this scumbag slapping a girl around, so he puts him in a chokehold and smashes his fucking face through the windshield. And he keeps walking because the city moves fast and he has more scumbags to torture. Puts this guy in an arm lock and smashes him into the brick wall. And my bad, he still has more pills. But not everyone gets a pass because we don't know if we drop this guy to his death or not. But this guy got fucking impaled. Very bad day for him. And we ain't stopping. If you could describe Frank's aura in one word, it's brutality or savageness. Cause he just straight up breaks this guy's neck and then eats a fucking hot dog right after. Man's a straight up menace. And every human needs a break from work, so he goes to the park where his family was murdered, and he lays down staring up at the stars looking for answers on why. Man's moving mad, but minutes later a cop presses the hot dog guy about the Punisher's whereabouts, and he points him in the direction of the park, but then cop turns out to be corrupt, calls up Jigsaw and says, Punisher's here, boss, want me to make a move? Meanwhile, Madeline and cameraman Keith are walking into the Bar Noir for the story of the spotlight that she was promised. And holy shit, will she get a fucking story that giving her the spotlight? Cause everyone's fucking massacred, faces ripped off. Look at this disgusting ass shit. Now she's deep in the shit and the only way to go is forward. She opens up a letter and it's telling her if she wants more coverage to meet at the Met tomorrow at noon for a special exhibit. Later that night, Frank gets back to the safe house, and he beat the shit out of that corrupt cop off panel, and he's telling Micro that we got a problem. But Micro locked himself in the room, and he's all like, yeah, Frank, we got a big problem, cause I got a confession to make and you ain't gonna like it. That's why I locked myself in here and I got the key. Micro's crashing out because seeing that dead kid in the hospital got him thinking. That sorry bastard who shot up the ER, been in and out of prison 5 times. And those were his neighbors he shot up because he said their TV was too fucking loud. My confession was a plan from the beginning to not tell you. I'm the reason you're still feeling the way you're feeling, Frank. It's coding I left behind in you. Your brainstem essentially short circuits when exposed to violence. Grab the shotty off the gun rack. Cycle the action. The slug is a deprogrammer. I'm giving you a choice to find a new path or go back to the dead place. The killing's always been inside of you. Just chamber the shotgun, put the muzzle to your head, and fire. Holy shit, man's out here moving mad! Frank just blew his fucking brains out. At least that's what it looks like. Honestly, it must suck to have Frank's life. Man's going through it. But we move into issue 4, Jigsaw on the cover. And this first panel already looks like Frank survived, like he's just fine already. Cause now he's dragging Micro out like the sad little cockroach he is. A fucking weasel, and he's trying to yap his way out of here. The shotgun shell I built short-circuited the BioWare. You're back, Frank, you're back! He's dangling his ass over the roof, and at this point, I really don't care. You can just drop Micro. We don't need his sorry ass anyway. But little Micro's just weaseling and yapping away trying to convince Frank not to kill him. I got no room for dead weight and weakness. See you later, scumbag. Goodbye, little Micro. This is what happens when you double-cross the Punisher more than once. You go and meet your maker. And then we go to the New York City morgue, dealing with all the bodies coming in from the Gangland massacre. They've got wallets IDing them, but they need to confirm the bodies match up, but you can't really do that when all their fucking faces are missing. One of the workers makes a comment about whoever killed these guys is not just a professional, he's an artist. Then you see a body in the background rising up like fucking Michael Myers. And it's Jigsaw, scheming, sick bastard, pulls out his blade, both of y'all get in the fridge. And at that point, I would have rather just been stabbed up, because now they're freezing and suffering more in the fridge. Back at Big Pun's hideout, oh shit, he's alive? Micro's fucking alive? But he's all like, how'd you know? How'd you know I would live? Big Pun's like, I didn't. So you understand what'll happen if you ever get in my fucking way again? Micro says, yes, daddy, sorry. Madeline shows up at the Metropolitan Museum of Art because it's noon. She runs into her boss. He's seen her segment on the gangland killings, and he fucks with it. He wants her to introduce it tonight and anchor the desk at 6:30. She's like, alright, bet. But when she shakes his hand, she pulls his fucking skin off. What the hell is this? And then he grabs his face and fucking pulls it off. It's not her boss anymore, it's Jigsaw. Sick bastard. Frame this around the Punisher, nobody's safe. Back at Big Pun's safe house, he still has that corrupt cop that he beat the shit out of. He's questioning him, trying to get him to spill the tea by getting him super drunk. Keep drinking or die. Tell me about your tongue and the stitches on it. Spill. The stitches on the tongue are basically like contracts. He tells Frank that Jigsaw's been studying him and that he wants to be big time, which means Frank needs to be dead. Pew pew. Micro's working and he hears the gunshot. Good night, scumbag. Frank walks in the room. Micro, did you do it? Micro says, yeah, but some bitch had end-to-end encryption. The calls and messages are mostly coming out of one place, Rikers Prison. There's a paramedic on his way, bypassing security, picking up a body and holding. Heart attack sounds like. Cop presses him. God damn, what happened to your face? Paramedic just says, facelift. Oh shit, you know who that is. Dude, Jigsaw's a sneaky bastard. This guy's fucking sneaking in everywhere. Tombstone's chilling in a cell. His lunch tray slides in with maggots on it. You want some real food? Then sign that contract over to my employer. Ooh. He gets fucking sneak attacked. And the guy's actually not Jigsaw, it's Marlo Skinner. Tombstone, do what you need to do. And then let's get the fuck out of here. Tombstone says, my pleasure. Ooh, he fucking gouges out the cop's eyeballs. Feels refreshing. Marlo says, with you and Kingpin off the board, Jigsaw's making his move. Now we're at the garment district. It's raining, pouring. Punisher's walking down the street with his trench coat looking grungy as fuck. This is why he kept Micro alive, because he's a tool, a necessary arsenal. But it turns out that the homeless bum that he passed up is also working for Jigsaw. But Frank finds Jigsaw's hideout and it's fucking smelly and dirty and rotten. Look at all this fucking skin all over the place. Sick fuck. And a man with a face like Jigsaw can go anywhere in the city as long as he dresses the part. And then he walks up to a mannequin that's stitched together looking like his costume. But instead of a skull in the middle, it's a bunch of fucking nasty ass faces. And then he hears the voice. All that's missing is your face. I wanna fucking wear it. Oh shit, sneak attack bitch, it's Jigsaw. Making his move to be continued. Good progression of the story so far. Shit's fucking brutal. Next issue should be Frank versus Jigsaw, finally. About to see some shit go down, y'all. And I'm done yapping. See ya.